TikTok is getting banned. Or is it? Let me know your thoughts because I'm going to let you know mine. I'm your host, Alexandra Viñas, and this is For the Record. So today we're talking about the potential TikTok ban. Basically, if you don't know what it is, TikTok's being sued for violating child protection policies, and they have until January 19th to either sell the company to a party that is not Chinese or face being banned in the United States. Now, this is a hot topic, so let's dive right in. When we look at the actual complaint that's being filed, literally half of it is redacted. They're arguing about the child protection and it's being violated. Apparently, TikTok is taking minors' data, sometimes even under 13. Now, obviously, that is a huge problem, and I think that that should be punished, and I think that we should do something about it. Now, does it call for a ban or just maybe a change? Let's explore that a little. I want to go into the pros and cons of social media, and in this specific instance, TikTok. It has changed the culture immensely, and we could see that some of the pros is that it's given people a voice. People like me, just the average Joe, I can go in and say my opinion and anybody can hear it. So, it's an exchange between the people. It's provided a platform that's absolutely unlike any other, honestly. But when we look at the cons, we do see that this complaint does have a point. So there are concerns about child safety, and that's not only by TikTok, that's about users on the app. We see that the app has been used for grooming a lot of times, and that is not good. Another point that they made was that it is highly addictive and damaging for young people's mental health. I actually really agree with this, and I think, again, there's pros and cons, but we can see how young people, their minds are slowly being destroyed. There's a lot that goes into this. It's not just the fault of TikTok and social media, but that is a valid concern. It does make me question, though, other things that are highly addicting and also damaging to people and specifically young minds. It makes me think about what about the other social media platforms? And apparently, they've been suing Meta for a little while now. And I have to say, again, they have a point. But what a worry that arises in me when I see this is, are they going to just try and take down all social media or control all social media so that we're going to have to become reliant on the mainstream media again? That is a major concern I have when it comes to banning TikTok. I'm not really for TikTok. I don't trust them. The Chinese government, obviously, they don't have our best interest in mind. They're a communist country. We're not. We're enemies. I don't trust them, but is this the way to go right now? Do they have legal grounds for it? I don't really know. A lot of what we're seeing in this partially redacted complaint, they're things that aren't even illegal. We see things like likes and push notifications and face filters. Those things are not illegal, so I don't even think that should be a part of the complaint. That is not a reason why you should take down a platform, and in that case, yeah, it kind of would be violating free speech, and TikTok would have a point. So how does this affect you, the user of TikTok? Let's go and read this article that I found. All right, it says, if you already have TikTok on your phone, it's not going to disappear from your phone on January 19th or January 20th, Ruin says. It will, however, very likely disappear from application stores. That means users will no longer be able to download the app or any updated versions of it. So it's like Flappy Bird. Remember that? I missed that app. But it's like, Flappy Bird got taken off the App Store, but some people had it because they had already had it pre-downloaded. But what this means is that it will likely just get outdated. Once the phones update, eventually it'll fade out. And apparently, TikTok updates its app about 1 to 2 times a week for bugs. So that's going to be a very quick fade out. And we'll see that. Sorry, TikTokers, you're probably going to have to go to a different platform. Speaking of different platforms, apparently RedNote and Lemonade have skyrocketed to the top of the app stores. They're on the top charts. Now, what's the problem with this? They're Chinese-owned companies. Again, I think we're going to see the exact same thing that's happening to TikTok happen to these companies. I even saw a video that I'm not really sure it's true, but if it is, it's interesting, that people are trying to post on RedNote, and they're already getting banned because China's a communist country, and they don't want American propaganda, that's what they're calling it, filling their platform. So I think this is just going to be the same thing. I'm not saying that if TikTok gets banned, this will be a culture ruining moment. I just question what it means for the future. So I want to address one more thing. With these concerns that are honestly valid, I just want to talk about the parents. If your child is on social media, I think it is your responsibility to make sure that you're filtering what they're seeing. Obviously, you can't filter out every single post, but you need to know that, okay, my child is on this, and this social media. This is how often they use it. Make sure that they are not talking to anybody who's like 50 years old. I mean, that's an actual concern nowadays. I'm just saying, some people think it's controlling. I think the safety of your child is in your hands. TikTok is not going to prioritize your child's safety. That is your job. And I think a lot of people blame other companies and outside sources when they're actually not doing their own job. So do better. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So again, TikTok has until January 19th to sell to a non-Chinese company or be banned. Now, they already have an offer on the table. They have made the remark that they are not considering selling. But honestly, what I think they should do is, if it's coming to the 19th, I really think they should sell it. I think that's best case scenario. If they sell it to, in this case, I think the offer is from an American company. Then that would be, I think, best case for all, except, well, now I'm just thinking, except if it means that we're going to have controlled social media. That would be my one caveat. But if that's not the repercussion of it, then yes, I think that the best case scenario is for us to sell it. I want to read this quote by Benjamin Franklin, though, just for food for thought. It says, "Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety." So let's see what happens with this TikTok ban. I guess we'll find out more about the repercussions after it is either banned or not. But just keep that in mind. We should not be handing over our freedom for a little safety. But not saying there might not be a valid concern here. Thank you for watching For the Record. I'm your host, Alex. If you're new here, leave a like, comment, or subscribe and join the discussion. I'll see you next time.